A two, a one, two, three. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. Hey, check me out.
Hi, welcome to Teek's Tips. I'm Atika, aka Teek, and here are some of my tips. Today's episode is going to be about maintaining relationships, and more specifically, long distance relationships. This is a topic that was chosen by some of my viewers, so thank you for the idea. I am excited to talk about this because I have friends from the East Coast that I work actively to keep a friendship with, and it's not always easy, but hopefully these few tips can help you maintain either long distance relationships or relationships that are close by, but just maintaining them, sometimes that can be hard. So let's hop in. Tip number 1, practice gratitude. Now, that may seem like friendship, gratitude, where does it meet? But it meets because when you are appreciative and grateful for the people in your life, you won't take them for granted. You ever heard the saying, you don't miss what you got till it's gone? Well, if you begin by counting your blessings, starting off and remembering who these people are and what they mean to you, and practicing gratitude for having them in your life, you won't have to worry about, I missed out. No, you're going to be grateful for these people and what they bring to your life. And when you're grateful for something, you want to work hard not to lose it. So practice gratitude. Tip number 2, make time. Sometimes we forget to make time even for ourselves. We can become busy with the quote unquote busy work of the day. Like, we just get caught up in the way things are going day by day and forget to take time for ourselves. But as I'm talking about friendships, forgetting to take time for those people who meant so much to you. So really work on making time for those people. A lot of my friends, what we do is we have like FaceTime dates. We set those aside and we say, this date, we're going to talk on this day and have a FaceTime date. Sometimes we'll have our glass of wine. Sometimes we'll just be chatting, but wine dates and FaceTime dates. And if you're having a local friendship with someone, make the time to hit a coffee shop for an hour or two. I know sometimes we may feel like we're too busy, but we always make time for what and who we want to make time for. So making time is super important. Tip number 3, remember important holidays. Birthday included, of course, that's the number one. If you get someone's birthday, they ain't your friend. But not only birthdays, but remember important dates to your friends. We may have friends who celebrate certain things on certain days based on their tradition and their culture and their family. Certain dates may be sentimental to them because maybe a loved one has passed away. Even something as simple as a sister or brother, family member, mother, father's birthday, things like that. Just remembering significant dates and remembering to, even if you're busy, shoot out a text, hey, happy birthday, or hey, I know today is difficult for you because of XYZ, but I want you to know that I'm here for you and I love you. Things like that go a long way. It's the thought that counts. The thought does count, especially in a situation like that, remembering the important dates. Tip number 4, find out your friend's love language. Now, this may be like, I'm not in a relationship with them, I don't really care, or not even relationship may be the wrong word. This is not an intimate, non-platonic relationship. Why should I care about that? Because any relationship is important to know what love translates from me to you. I may enjoy quality time, but acts of service might be your thing. Or you might enjoy physical touch, and physical touch might be mine too. Or gift giving might be mine. Finding out what your friend's love language is, it sets you up to be there, to show them that you love them. And when you do these things, they'll notice. It's like, oh, you notice that quality time is my thing? Wow, you really have made time for me. I appreciate that. I love you. Or gift giving is my thing. Wow, thank you so much for these gifts you've been sending me. And especially when it's a long distance thing, like as I mentioned, making time, tip number 2, making time, but maybe your friend that isn't there for quality time doesn't really mean that much to them. But gift giving is really important. So if you forget those great holidays or those important dates to them and you forget to send them a gift or something, it may hurt more than you thought, but you're like, oh, but we just spoke on the phone, you know, I've been spending time. But that may be your love language. So in any relationship, definitely important to know what love looks like to the other person. But to maintain a friendship, I think knowing their love language is very important. And my last and final tip number 5, would be support goes a long way. We are all out here chasing dreams, going after careers that excite us and ignite us. That's what's important to us in this generation. Especially, we want to do the things that make us happy and that we're passionate about. And nothing screams, I love you, I'm here for you, like some real support. You know, we are all glued to our phones on social media. You may see your friends promoting films or receiving promotions or getting married and having babies because life keeps going. You know, I may live 3,000 miles away, but I might have friends on the East Coast who are about to have their first child. Something as small as, I love you, congratulations. Or if I see a friend who's, you know, another actor, they're doing great on another coast as well, and I'm like, let me shout them out on Instagram and shoot them a text and say, I love it. Tell me when the project comes out. Really invest and have some interest in what they're doing. And these are your friends, so it should come from a genuine place. Personally, for me, when I feel like I'm being supported by people who call themselves my friend, I know they love me and they care about me. It's not just words, not just saying I'm here for you and I got you and I'm watching out for you. No, I support you because you got that promotion. Congrats, girl. Or you just got married. Wow, congrats, girl. Like, you know, whatever it is. So those would be my top 5 tips on maintaining relationships, specifically long distance relationships. But as I mentioned, that can go for any relationships, near or far. And spread love. I mean, it's the Brooklyn way. You might not be from Brooklyn, but it's the way to have your day go. Hey. You know, I just be talking mess. Y'all know. Y'all, we are kind of friends now. You're viewing me and I feel supported by your views. And hopefully you feel supported by me listening to you and doing the topics y'all love. So the last Thursday of every month, I will be taking topics from my viewers. So please tell me what you want to hear some tips about from me. And thanks once again for tuning in to Teek's Tips. I'm Atika and I aspire to inspire. Peace.
1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. It's Teek's Tips. Hey, check me out.